All right, I'd like to make a video that quickly goes over two things. One is how you know what your homework assignment is, and two, how to enter discussions so that we can build our class survey. So first off, for figuring out your homework assignment, right here we have our home page, all right? The thing that I put in here now to help you guys out is if you go to modules, all right, in your modules, what you'll find now is two things for Unit 3. You've got Unit 3 assignments and then Unit 3 resources. In assignments, what we've got is all of the assignments that we've had so far, and I will continue to add them in. So you've got Lab 8, it tells you when it's due. You also have the homework from Chapter 6, it tells you when that is due. When they're turned in, I will enter it on Canvas so that you will know that it is turned in, and I will soon enter the assignment that we have for tonight, and that will be up here as well. So if you ever wonder what is due, what you need to have done, this will be the list. It will have everything in here for the whole normal curve unit and the dates that they are due. Now here are the resources. These are a little bit different, okay? Here you've got the problems and answers to everything. So if you were doing this homework and you want to look at the answers, you could go here. The other thing you have that's really important is a Z-score calculator, because you might not have a calculator that can find you your p-values and your z-scores. So if you click on here, what you end up with is this page right here, and you can choose 3. I personally like this top one. The top one is pretty awesome. What it does is it lets you choose whatever your mean is. You can just type it in, mean, say 2 and 5. It will make the entire normal curve have those exact values that match this mean, and then say you want to find your x value, say it's like, let's give it 15, all right? I can find either the x's that are above it, right here, and it gives me the p-value for the area above it, or if I was looking below, I can click the below, and it will actually give me the p-value for below. So I don't have to do that, subtract 1 when I'm finding the above area. It's an awesome site. All right, back to here. So you've got the modules for figuring out what's due. The other way to find out what's due is you can always go to the calendar. It's a little more confusing perhaps. Like in here you can see day 7. It shows you everything we did on day 7. So you can see all the work, you can see the PowerPoint, and then at the bottom you can see exactly what the homework is. You can also find the turn-in areas over here. So it will tell you right here, like Lab 8 is due on Friday. So if you like to use a calendar, you can always use that. The other thing that you can always look at is you can always just look at your home page, and over here, if you want to, I think this gets a little more confusing. It has the to-dos, and you can see everything coming up. Now, not all these need to be turned in. For example, it has complete day 8, but you can see that Lab 8 needs to be turned in. You can see all these kind of other items that you need to do. All right, the other thing is discussions. So for discussions, you go right here, click on discussions, and what you're going to do is you're going to enter in 2 questions that you've thought of. So you're going to think of questions for the class survey, and it tells you to write 2 questions, one for mean, one for proportion. So you can enter those in separately. I've done an example right here. You just type it in and hit post reply. It's pretty basic, and it will come through. So here's my mean. I actually wrote the word mean right there and put in my question, and then proportion, I wrote the word proportion and put in my question. Now once you've done reading your questions, you're going to go to part 2 right here, which is you want to read all the questions that have been written and choose 2 that you like that are not your own, so that we can kind of pick among all the ones that have been there and pick the ones that are most popular. So if you like a question, hit like. Please do not pick more than 2 questions for mean and 2 questions for proportion. If you like a question but you want a small change in it, say the wording's off, you want something more specific, you can hit reply and say, like, I like it, but blah, 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 you know, describe a reason or how you think we could make that question better. All right, I hope that's helpful.